So this is part 5. So this is the part where I left off, where she had moved back, they had drug tested, she tested, he didn't, and he was declared to have supervised visits. And to this day, because he's not tested through the courts, he still has supervised visits. Well, they ended up having to where he'd have to go down there for all the visits. And he'd arrange, every once in a while to go down there. And so this is from 2007, 2008. So in the meantime, while all this is going on, I'm still working. I'm still employed with my job with Motel 6. So from June of 06 to February of 07, I was still employed with Motel 6. I was still working. And on days off or on the weekends or whatever, take a drive down, he'd go see the girls. Again, supervised visits, which he wasn't happy about. And he'd rant and rave, throw a fit and everything else. And so towards the end of 2006, he was doing some work on the motel for me. And, and the work I was having done wasn't approved. And by my lack of judgment, I ended up getting fired in February of 2007. So from February 2007 to August 2007, I was very depressed. I went into a severe depression mode and didn't know what I was going to do. Now, I've been married at this point 3 times. And Roger was a long-term relationship. And so I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no clue. Now, I had a little bit of money because with my second husband, we owned a house. And in 2006, we sold that house. So there's some stuff I'm leaving out because I'm going to have to backtrack later on to, more of my story. But we'd sold a house, so I had some money to live on. So I was also on unemployment because I'd gotten fired from my job. So I had unemployment, and then in 2007 was when the huge economy hit. And we had all that extra extensions in the unemployment. And when I went to school, I got more unemployment. So I went to school for cosmetology. And I was going Monday through Friday during the afternoons. And on Mondays, I was going all day. And so I was learning to do hair, makeup, nails, all that good stuff. I really wanted to do nails. Kind of like what I got now. I can do nails if I want. But I'm not licensed in the state of Washington. I'm only licensed in California. But I do not practice under my license. I can, however, go to Cosmoprof and buy some really cool product. Because I am a licensed cosmetologist. That's for another day. Anyway, so I'm gonna be going to school, and we had taken a trip to Vegas, and he won in a 3-card poker tournament. And so right after I started school, before I started school, or right around the time I started school, he ended up copping some nasty attitudes with me, and I ended up moving out. Because after I got fired, I was living with him. We were living together, and then once I got fired, I ended up moving in with him permanently. Wasn't something that was planned, but I had no choice. And things were rocky with us, and right after I started school, he popped off and called me a loser. Oh God, that was the end of it. That was the end. I'd already been through enough crap. I didn't need any more. Called me a loser. I was gonna go move to South Dakota with my sister. Or Kansas, wherever she was at the time. I think she was still in South Dakota. And I ended up, because I was in school, already enrolled, I thought, I'll go move in with my aunt and uncle. So I did. I actually moved my stuff out, was going to school, living with my aunt and uncle, and then Roger pulled on his charm and weaseled me back in. So by the end of August, I believe it was the end of August, I had gone back to him. I'd actually taken a week off of school and went to Nevada, Laughlin. I think it was Laughlin for the 3-card poker tournament. And, Roger's still pretty upset about losing the kids and all of that. And I ended up taking him back after he apologized and, did his sweet little thing that he does, his, what do you call it? There's a saying for it. His niceness, his charm. turns on the charm. Well, he turned on the charm, and I went back like an idiot. And once we did the Vegas thing, we also went to Vegas because I got a nice little settlement from Motel 6. $14,000 settlement for meal breaks. They had to pay out meal break violations. I got $14,000 worth because it was several years worth of violations. So, stayed an extra time in Vegas, saw some shows, finally ended up going back home and going back to school. I was gone for a whole week. So, and I was going into Pivot Point, which is extra learning that you're doing in Cosmo School to learn more. I paid a lot of money for this. So, did that, and I'm going to leave my story there and catch you up in part 6.